Germany is changing the recognition process for foreign doctors in 2026. If you're a doctor from India or from any country outside the European Union, this changes and these things could affect how you receive your medical license in Germany. The process may become less dependent on paperwork, but that doesn't mean that it will become easier or automatic. My name is Sunil Kumar Singh. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and the creator of FSP Guide. On this channel, I will share practical and current information for international doctors who want to prepare for FSP, understand the recognition process, avoid expensive mistakes, and build a medical career in Germany. In this video, I'll explain what Germany is changing, why it may be positive for foreign doctors, and what could become more demanding, and whether coming to Germany is still a sensible decision. Let us begin with larger picture. Germany continues to depend heavily on international doctors. According to German Medical Association, 71,480 doctors without German nationality were working in Germany in 2025. That was 16% of all practicing doctors. The same statistics show that almost one quarter of practicing doctors had already reached the age of 60. So, the real question is not whether Germany needs international doctors. It clearly does. The more useful question is whether you are prepared for the pathway Germany expects. On 26th of March 2026, the German Bundestag approved a law intended to accelerate recognition procedures for foreign qualifications in health professions. The Bundesrat gave its consent on 8th of May. The planned start date is 1st of November 2026. The reform covers doctors, dentists, pharmacists, midwives. Its stated aim is to reduce bureaucracy, make procedure more consistent, and allow more digital processing without lowering patient safety standards. For doctors trained in a third country, the biggest change is this: the direct Kenntnisprüfung is intended to become the normal route. Until now, many applications first went through a detailed comparison of their medical curriculum with German medical training that could require extensive syllabi, translations, certified copies, and expert assessments. Under new model, the document-based equivalence assessment remains possible, but it is no longer intended to be the default. In many cases, the applicant can move towards a common licensing examination instead. This is positive for several reasons. First, it may reduce the endless search for old university curriculum and subject hours certificate. Second, it gives candidates a clear target. Demonstrate the required medical knowledge instead of waiting for a paper comparison, that is also known as Gutachten, that may vary in complexity. Third, the government is openly acknowledging that recognition has become a bottleneck. That is a strong political signal that international doctors are needed and that the system must work better. But there is an important catch. Less paperwork doesn't mean less preparations. The current implementing draft proposes that medical candidates proofing lasts between 90 and 120 minutes instead of present 60 to 90 minutes. It also proposes two examiners, a stronger practical component, and formal assessment of the written patient report. The draft allows real patients, simulated patients, models, or other suitable applicants to be included. These details are not yet the same as a final nationwide implementation, so describe them as the draft proposals. The direction, however, is clear. Germany wants a more direct but serious examination of clinical readiness. The second point is language. This reform does not remove the language requirement. Doctors generally need at least B2 German level and usually a medical language examination around C1 level, depending on the federal state. The new law may even allow states to assess language competence earlier. This is logical. A doctor may know medicine very well, but if the patient history, handover, documentation, or explanation of risk is unclear, safe clinical work is not possible. So, should you come? My answer is yes. If you see this as a professional licensing project and not as a quick migration shortcut. Germany remains a serious opportunity for doctors who are prepared to learn clinical German, revise medicine for the Kenntnisprüfung, accept that the first job may not be in a major city, and maintain a realistic financial plan while the process is running. You should wait and prepare more if you expect to work mainly in English. If you have no financial buffer, if you're choosing a state only because of social media rumors, or if an agency has promised you a guaranteed license or job. Now, how to avoid the common problems? Here are the first actions I would take. First, identify the competent authority through the official recognition finder and check the exact rules for your federal state. Second, do not prepare for the FSP and Kenntnisprüfung as completely separate worlds. Start clinical communication and clinical revision together. Third, keep a document tracker with issue dates, expiry dates, translations, and submission status. Fourth, do not rely on coded processing time without asking whether clock starts. Official statistically normal normally official statistics normally begins before an application is formally complete. Your real journey begins so much earlier. Fifth, build flexibility in your job search. The rural regions away from the main city, smaller hospitals may offer opportunities that are less visible than Berlin, Munich, or Hamburg. The bottom line is positive. Germany is not closing the doors to international doctors. It is trying to replace part of a slow paper based process with clearer examination based route that may save document work, but it raises the importance of genuine medical German and clinical preparation. If you are preparing for FSP and need to build a foundation before intensive exam practice, I've launched the FSP Guide Foundation course. You'll find it in the description. This is the first video on this channel. My aim is to give international doctors realistic guidance, not exaggerated promises about medical German recognition, examination, employment, and life as a doctor in Germany. Subscribe to this channel because I will continue to explain the changes in Germany, the problems international doctors face, and the practical steps that can prevent expensive mistakes.